up today with two visuals from two very different places. First, let's head to London, where you're about to see a legendary mobile thief in action. Check this guy out. See the one marked in the black circle? That's Sonny Stringer, just 28 years old and already a legend. The wrong kind. His claim to fame? The man can swipe up to 24 phones in an hour. Yeah, you heard that right. 1 hour. Now that's London. We'll come back to him in just a bit. Now for visual number 2, Sweety Sehrawat. Also a legend, but the right kind. There she is, standing proudly with over 171 stolen phones, all neatly displayed on a table in a police station in Patna, Sehrawat's stomping ground, the capital of my favorite state in the world, Bihar. What a place. In one day, Sehrawat handed over phones worth rupees 25 lakh to the rightful owners. Not joking, lost phones, traced, retrieved, tagged with the owner's details, returned. There's got to be a god somewhere, and for phone owners in Patna, he's definitely looking out for you. Down here in Nut Job, New Delhi though, different story. That's me with my iPhone 14 Pro Max last year. It's not with me anymore. Stolen from right under my nose, literally. Here's the FIR. Don't get me started, the whole thing is too painful.
Here, let me take this one for you. So I am on my way to work in Noida from my home in GK1 Enclave. I am climbing the Ashram flyover, stuck in slow traffic in my I-20. One guy on foot walks up, makes me unroll my left window. We're chatting and then another guy pops up on the right window, starts a casual convo. Seconds later, both vanish. A few minutes later, I realize the guy at the left window lifted my phone, which had been charging the whole time. Seriously dude, what a loser.
Loser is right. In today's video, we're diving deep into the murky world of mobile phone theft. Why it happens, how often, where it's happening, and how the world seems completely outmatched. I'm Manish Adhikary, and you're watching Lose Phones Fast. First things fast. Why does this even happen?
Because phones are getting more and more valuable and people are spending more money on them than ever before, they are getting more attractive to thieves.
Money. Yeah, it's that simple. Your phone is a gold mine. Not just the plastic and glass. Nah, I'm talking data, man. Pictures, passwords, credit card numbers. Thieves can flip a phone for parts or sell your info on the dark web. And if they can unlock it, it's payday. You're not just losing a gadget, you're losing a life story. There's always the second-hand market waiting with arms wide open for your sweetheart of a device.
Currently seeing some huge challenges in the market because mobile phones are getting more and more valuable as second-hand devices. Particularly products like the iPhones or the latest Samsung phones, where there's a vibrant second-hand market and phones cost a lot of money when they're new, so they have a good residual value.
Get this, nearly 70 million phones are lost or stolen every year worldwide. In India, around 50,000 mobile phones are stolen every month. I did some basic maths and it's safe to say that 70 phones are getting stolen in India every single hour. That's not a small operation, that's a factory of crime churning out victims day after day. And before you say it won't happen to me, buddy, it doesn't matter if you're carrying a flagship or a budget phone. If it's got a battery, it's a target. And if you thought this was an India problem, it's not. This Financial Times graphic from August 2024 shows you how mobile phones are now stolen more than cash and credit cards in England and Wales. In fact, rates of phone theft have risen very sharply in the UK. According to their Home Office, 200 people had their phones or bags stolen every day in the year leading up to March 2024. An estimated 78,000 were victims to these snatch thefts, more than a 150% increase over the previous year. Now, phone thefts are so common in so many major European cities that there are reels getting made now on how if you survive a trip to Paris, Madrid or Rome without getting your phone snatched, you are extremely fortunate. Now, phone theft isn't just growing clearly, it's snowballing. Yesterday, it was a pickpocket here, a snatching there. Now, it is an epidemic, and it's moving at the speed of 5G, organized crime style. Now, these gangs are essentially high-tech syndicates armed with the latest gear to strip phones clean. No more dumping them on the corner for quick cash. They're hacking, cracking, and flipping these devices like pros. The IMEI gets wiped, new software goes in, and suddenly that phone you lost in Delhi is showing up in a market halfway across the globe. And those high-end phones, they don't sell them whole anymore. No, that's rookie stuff. They break them down piece by piece, camera modules, processors, screens. They sell each part separately like a chop shop for cars, only smaller. It's like turning a stolen Ferrari into a dozen supercars, each part fetching top rupee. Now that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? Governments, cops, tech giants, they're all in this digital arms race throwing out solutions left and right. IMEI tracking, kill switches, face recognition, fingerprint locks. But here's the rub. These criminals are a step ahead. They've got ways to crack, wipe and flip your phone before you can even file a report.
It's an ongoing challenge for the tech companies to keep ahead of the thieves. And to be honest, the biggest challenge is actually getting people who have the phones to use sensible PIN codes, use face unlock, use swipes to unlock the devices, because that's your simplest way of protecting your device.
Many phone makers, including Apple and Android-powered devices, are in fact implementing ways to help people protect their phones. The Find My Phone apps are common now.
So if someone stole your phone, or you've misplaced it, or was grabbed out of your hand, the first thing you want to do is get to a laptop, get to a friend's phone, log into one of those Find My services, and block or lock your phone.
It's a cat and mouse game, and the cat's getting fat while the mouse keeps losing its phone. Is there a solution? Some countries are trying. In India, there's the Central Equipment Identity Register designed to block stolen phones. As of January 1st, 2023, the Department of Telecom requires every phone made or imported into India to register its IMEI with the Indian Counterfeited Device Restriction Portal. No exceptions. Then there's the Sanchar Sathi portal, where you can track and block stolen phones. It all sounds great, but here's the catch. The system is only as good as how fast you report it. By the time it kicks in, your phone's likely stripped for parts or shipped overseas. Thieves are always a step ahead. My own experience with the Delhi police: a few hours after the theft, 2 constables took me to my iPhone's last known location, a subway near Ashram flyover. The cops figured the thieves probably switched off my phone there. The chances are it's already en route to Nepal or Bangladesh or being sold for parts. After all, Nehru Place was not far from where we stood. Meanwhile, in England, authorities are investigating phone theft rings and planning a summit with tech companies to discuss anti-theft features. Maybe they should also check out what's happening in Patna. Officer Sweety Sehrawat and her team launched Operation Muskaan last year. They tracked lost or stolen phones using IMEI numbers and telecom networks like Airtel and Jio. Last year, they recovered 11,609 phones and returned them to their owners. Just this September, they tracked down 171 more. Now watch this. Now, this is a video shared by the City of London Police some years back. A pair of thieves on a moped snatch a mobile phone out of a man's hands in a matter of seconds. That brings us to the guy we started this video with. Say hello to Sonny Stringer. The City of London Police calls him the most notorious phone snatcher. Here's footage of the police chasing Stringer through central London. On Fetter Lane, he and his accomplice dodged a police car, tearing through the streets at nearly 50 miles per hour, narrowly missing pedestrians. Stringer did not stop, overtaking a bus, cutting across and heading onto the pavement. A traffic cop trained in tactical pursuit made the call. He hit the rear wheel of Stringer's electric bike. CCTV shows Stringer heading straight for a family with a buggy. He crashed, tried to run, but was caught. He tossed a black Faraday bag containing 22 stolen phones. 2 more phones were dropped at the scene. Stringer had stolen those 24 phones in one morning and got 2 years in prison for it. So here's the deal. It's not if your phone will be stolen, it's when. Now stay sharp, keep your phones closed, and don't drop your guard, because the moment you do, they'll swoop, and fast.